Welcome back, everybody. Coffee with Cullotta. Unfortunately, Frank is still not feeling well. I put it right there in the title, so he is not. He's not going to be on today. So if you guys want to change the channel, go ahead and do that now, or you can hang out and I'll tell you a little bit about what is going on. First off, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video of the casino house, as well as the Vegas Country Club with the FBI plane on it. Had a lot of questions about that. And first off, that is not the actual plane that landed, that the FBI had mechanical errors and problems with. That's not, it's not that plane. The real plane, don't ask me where the real plane is, but I can tell you that that it's a replica. And they put the actual tail number on it and everything when they sunk it in the pond. And yes, it's right there in the exact same spot where the FBI actually ditched the plane. When they were landing it, a golf cart came out in front of the plane and they had to veer off and they went into the pond. Yes, everyone, we're up to about 100 people. Frank is still not feeling well. Hopefully he will be back on next Saturday. He is on the mend. So for those of you that think that this is some kind of weekend at Bernie's scam, it's not. Frank is definitely getting better. So I know there was a few comments about it. I gotta say, it made me smile, that comment, but in all reality, I don't think Frank would find it funny, at least not right now. Maybe he'd find it funny in a month or two from now, once he's feeling better. But anyhow, yeah, it's been a while since Frank's been on. I understand that, and I will be I'll keep posting things. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate that. It's been a little bit of a struggle with all that's been going on. Some of you may have seen the CNN story that they did about what happened with me and what Frank and I are doing and going through. And yeah, a lot of you guys, and I really do appreciate that. What I want to talk about today briefly is what you guys want to see this week, what I can go out and show you guys, do for you guys. And I had a few ideas of some things. We could do a video about the worst fire in the state of Nevada, which was at the MGM. Now it's Bally's Casino, but when it was originally built in the 70s, it was the MGM. And it's where the worst fire was in the state of Nevada. Over 80 people were killed in that fire. So I could do a story for you guys about that. We could do a story about the fire over at the Hilton, which killed several people, and it was started by somebody who dropped a joint, marijuana cigarette by a curtain in the hotel and didn't want to admit to it, and didn't go back to put it on. Anyway, it started a big fire. So we could do that. We could also talk about the 4 casinos and show you guys the 4 casinos, 2 of which that are still there, that the 4 that the Chicago outfit ran, that Lefty was skimming off of and the outfit was skimming off of, and he was overseeing that. So we could do that. Of the 4, just because you might find this interesting, but of the 4, the Hacienda was one. That's now the site of the Mandalay Bay. Obviously, it's not there any longer. The Stardust, that was the main one. That's now the site of Resort World. And the Fremont Casino is downtown. That one is still standing. That one's still there. I can show you guys that casino. It's kind of, it's older. It's been there for a long time. So we could do that. And the last one's the Marina. The Marina Casino. So this is a bit of trivia. It is still there, but it's not called the Marina. What happened is MGM bought that property. Oh, Chevy Girl 89. I will tell Frank, we have seen your comments. Yes, we know what your birthday wish is, Chevy Girl. Anyway, they skinned the marina, and then they actually made it part of the new MGM. So if you stay at the MGM, there's a chance if you get it's a smaller room, older, you're actually staying in one of the original Marina hotel rooms. So it's still standing. So I could do a video about that for you guys. Another question that keeps coming up on the site. I'm going to just clarify all of this. Is Frank a minister? Yes, Frank is a minister. Now, does he have his own church that he, has a congregation? No. He is a minister, though, and he is licensed to perform weddings, and he has married several couples, I should say, over the past few years. Several years ago, his partner Robert Allen at the time said, "Hey, let's start doing Married by the Mob, and we could do it in front of the casino house. We could take you out in the middle of the desert, and and take pictures with you holding shovels." And marry you guys that way. So they did that several times. So yes, Frank is a minister. Okay, so I just want to clear the air with that and get that out of the way. That is definitely a real thing. Okay. The next thing is you guys have been asking for something for the 20,000 prescribers that we've hit. 20,000, which is really awesome. So for the 20,000, we just put up just this morning. It's not even on the merch shelf yet on YouTube. It's so new. But you can see the link. We'll put it up right now so you can see the link to where to go to get these. But we have a new coffee cup, and we also have a new t-shirt, and it says 2020, and then it has the little head of Frank right there, and then underneath it says Cullotta's crew. So if you want to be an official Cullotta crew member, go to the store right now and buy a t-shirt or buy a coffee cup. I believe the coffee cup says the same thing, 2020 Cullotta's crew, and on the back it says I prescribed, forget about it. So check those out. We'll put the link up again so you guys can see where to go to. And again, you can't get there going to our store on YouTube. You have to click the link. It won't be up for a few more days. It takes a few days for YouTube to process those. So if you want, and by the way, for the next week, we're going to be giving these a discount price. So they're about 25% off. So normal coffee cups are $20 right now. It's coffee too. Excellent. In your coffee cup. Anyhow, the shirts are normally 25. Right now they're 20 for this design, this particular design. So if you guys want to get one, it's in the comments right now. You can click on the link and check it out. So let's see. Let's check out a few comments from you guys. And Eric Epstein just turned on the channel. Is Frank getting any better? From Deerfield, Illinois. I hope he's well. He's doing well. We miss him. Yes, we all miss him right now. And man, he is getting better. I'm going to tell you that. I'm not. Again, this isn't a Weekend at Bernie's reality show. Okay, for those of you that read that comment, he is getting better and he is doing better. He's just wants to be a little bit better before he actually gets on and starts making videos again. But we have a lot planned, so we're going to do that. AG Bar 11. My favorite mug is "Where are you going, Jagoff?" Let me tell you a little something about that mug. Because Frank said that line in the movie Casino, that's the line he said, that technically that line is copywritten by Universal Pictures. So we're not allowed to sell those mugs anymore. So for those of you that got one of those mugs or two of those mugs, that's it, because there aren't going to be any more of them, at least not through Teespring, not the way that we've been selling them. Let's see, Tackleberry. I read your father was a firefighter. I read your father was a firefighter. Sorry for your loss. Thank you, Tackleberry. Yes, my dad was a firefighter, and he also, for those of you that didn't see the story, they did a story on CNN. They wrote a really nice article about entertainment in Las Vegas and what the pandemic has done to the entertainment community, which is basically, it's just destroyed it. So there is no entertainment community here anymore. I mean, there's no shows, there's no tours, there's nothing happening in this town, and I don't think there's going to be for quite a while. So a lot of people felt it, and And it hit me hard because I felt the economic side of the whole thing, as well as the epidemiological side of it, because I watched my business just go away. And the whole tour business, we do the mob tours, and we also do the haunted tours in town. And gone, nothing right now. So hopefully we'll be able to bring some private tours back soon, and we'll see that return. But the big shows, it's gonna be a minute, guys, before we get any of that back. Anyway, that's what the article's about, and they did a story about me and about Frank and about my family and about what we all went through and what it felt like. And I gotta say, for those of you that think the whole thing's a hoax, the whole thing's BS, I don't know where it came from. I'll tell you this. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it got here, or, was it developed? Was it an accident? Who knows? But I can tell you this. I got it. It's a real thing. Does it feel like the flu? It does, but it's a little worse than that. And it's the sickest I've ever been in my entire life. I coughed. It felt like I had crushed glass and needles in my lungs. I actually, for a while, had coughed up some blood. It was an awful thing to go through, and I laid there for days, just days, fevering. And after I got it, Frankie got it, and same thing. He felt the effects pretty bad because of his underlying conditions, and he has beat that infection off. So he's definitely on the mend. He just has some other issues. He still has to, to get his strength back. So anyhow, that's it. Let's read some more comments here. Is Frank having after effects from Corona? You know what? To answer that question, yes. I still am too. So, and I got it about a week before he did. And I'm still feeling it. I still don't have all my wind back. So I don't know if you guys noticed in that last video, the video before last, when I went to the golf course, I was running around on the golf course to do all that videoing of the airplane and the pond and all. And when I got back in the golf cart, I was a little winded. It's because I still have like a residual effect from this COVID going on in my lungs. I hope there's not any kind of serious damage or any kind of damage that's going to, be long lasting. But I'm feeling better every day. Thanks, Thomas Tankula. Thanks, all the prayers for Frank and my family. It's really appreciated. I know a person who got my sense of smell got all whacked out when I had it. Coffee. My wife brought me coffee one morning, and I smelled, and it smelled like dirt water. It smelled like she took dirt and put it in the. It was nasty, and it tasted like swamp water. It was awful. My taste got all screwed up for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", and I was pushing about 260. I lost 20 pounds in 18 days laying on a couch. I wasn't moving, and I lost that much weight. And awful. I'm telling you, it's not a fun thing to go through. My mother's still just now getting back her sense of smell and taste, and she got it a week and a half before I got it. So first symptoms, Daniel, of the COVID. I'll answer some of these questions about the COVID if you guys are interested. So first symptoms, I came in contact with my father. That's where I got it on a Sunday. And I went to talk to my dad. I took my mask down. He's hard of hearing, so he couldn't hear with the mask on. And I went to his house, to my mother and him, to take some groceries over. My dad came out of his bedroom, and he sat down on the floor in the hallway. And I ran over. What's going on? What's going on, Dad? And he's looking at me like he couldn't hear me. He's confused. And I took my mask down, so he could hear me better. And I said, Dad, can you? And I put his arm over. I helped him up, and we were right in each other's faces. And that's probably when I was exposed. That was on a Sunday. 4 days. 4 days. I walked around feeling completely fine. I did a tour with Frank. We went to the pepper mill. We sat down and had lunch. We took our masks off, and it was probably during that time of eating with him at lunch that I would have given it to him. Um, that was on Tuesday. 2 days later, on Thursday, I woke up, I got out of bed, and I coughed. And like I said, that's when I felt like there was crushed glass in my lungs. So I coughed for I don't know, a couple of hours, coughing. I went upstairs. I was like, if I have something, I better quarantine. I was scared right away because I never felt anything like that before, ever in my life. And later that day, the coughing stopped, it subsided, and then I started fevering. And the fever started, I was pushing 100 to 101, somewhere in there. And it just got worse. Each day got worse. The second day I was still like, hey, let's get a pizza, on Friday. Saturday I still had an appetite. By Sunday I didn't want to get off the couch. Monday I had to go get a test because my father's test on Friday came back positive. So Monday I went to go drive to get myself a test. My mother followed me. She was in her vehicle, and we pulled up to get the swab test, and I just about fainted. The nurses came over, looked at me, and said, we can't even waste a test on you. They said, we need a doctor, and the doctor said, you need to go right in and right now get in. So, yeah, I know, Code Man. I know it blows because Frank isn't here right now to do this, but he will be back. I promise he is getting better. Wow, Gino, thank you very much. I think Joe Pesci played Tony, was way over the top, violent and boisterous. Am I correct? All right, it's a good question. I'll talk about that for a second. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, Gino. That's really nice, kind of you. And if you guys do want to support the channel, by the way, there are some new coffee mugs. They're in the link that you guys can see in the comments. We'll put it up again right now. They say 2020. They say 2020. They have his face, and then it says Cullotta's Crew. So you want to be an official crew cup, you can do that. And on the other side, it says I prescribed, forget about it. So, okay. So, and there's also t-shirts there. So there's the link. We just put it up. If you guys want, go there. They're 25% off right now. And they're 25% off right now. And they'll only be that way this week. After this week, they're going to go back to the normal price of $20 a cup. But right now they're 15, and the shirts are 20 instead of 25. You asked about the pizza box. I will tell you about the pizza box in just a minute. Okay. Let's talk about this and answer Gino Sierra's question. So Joe Pesci, I'm sure all of you guys would agree with me that he definitely looked the part of Tony. You put them side by side. He did a good job as far as looks go. Casting did a great job putting Joe Pesci in there to play Nicky Santoro, the Tony Spilotro character. Tony, as far as I understand from all the talks that I've had with Frank, Tony he never swore. He did not swear like they swore in the movie Casino. Joe Pesci, a lot of that was ad-libbing that he was doing, and he thought that the more times you say the word fuck, the meaner you sound, or the more authentic it is being a mobster. Frank said that's bullshit, and he said Tony didn't swear like that. So that's one thing I can tell you that that he overdid a little bit. The overall character showing that he's this very loving, guy to his family and to his kid. He loved his son Vincent very, very much. Frank said that he loved that kid like it was, it was his world. I mean, it really was. Vincent was adopted, and Tony and Nancy raised him with a lot of love, and a whole lot of love. Unfortunately, later on down the road, when Vincent started learning who his father was, I suppose that could have been kind of depressing, when you think that your father's this one guy, and then turns out, he had a whole different life. Funny enough, a lot of the guys, they don't talk to their families about, about their lives and what they do. They don't go home and go, hey, guess what I did today? And guess whose head I stuck in a vice today? Or guess who's, whatever, right? Body I threw into a trunk. They don't do that. They go home, they have a different life. It's like two different people in the same body. So since Coffee with Cullotta started, Frank in the very beginning said, man, I'm going to be digging up a lot of graves. And you wouldn't believe, we've gotten calls from Cook County sheriffs. We got a call from some of the individuals that he talked about in some of the episodes, the daughters, sons, grandkids reached out to ask Frank, what was my dad like, or what was my grandfather like, or and he told them how it was. Like, and the guy did a lot of this or that, and he said, I'm going to give it to you as it is. If you want to hear it, he says, I'll tell it to you. So it was kind of interesting. These guys didn't have, they didn't just live one life like maybe you or I do, but it was, yeah, kissy cat. That's a good way to put it. Sure, the family men during the day and mobsters at night. That's how it went. So, Gino, was he as violent as Pesci portrayed him? I have my doubts. Well, I can't speak firsthand. I can only tell you what Frank has told me. And was he as violent? So here's a story that's never been on Coffee with Cullotta. And it's a guy, the guy's name was Robin Dragon. And Robin Dragon was a thief, and he got into some trouble with Tony. Overstepped something he was supposed to do. Anyhow, Tony and I think Dickie Gorman, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to double check notes, but Tony and Dickie Gorman brought this guy Robin Dragon over to Frank's garage. They tied him up in a chair, and Tony and Dickie proceeded to beat him with pistols, pistol whip this guy. And they beat him so hard that Tony's gun, he bent the trigger guard on it from pulling with his finger, keeping his finger off the trigger, obviously. But when you're holding a gun, beating somebody with it, not that I personally have done this, but when you're beating somebody with it, you got to have a good, tight grip on that gun. So he actually bent the trigger guard. Then they threw him in the trunk of a car, and Dickie and Tony drove it, and Frank followed in a ram car. That's a car to ram other cars if there's a problem. You get rid of the police, whatnot. So that's what they did. They got out somewhere in Chicago. They pulled a sewer lid off the sewer, and they threw Robin Dragon down into the sewer, covered the sewer lid back up. Frank says, "You're just going to leave him there?" Tony said, "Yeah, fuck him." So the next day they got up, and Frank heard on the radio, some guy's been found in a sewer. He's down there screaming for help, and they, got him out of the sewer. Frank saw Tony later that day and said, "Hey, did you hear about that on the radio?" He said, "Yeah, he sure did." He said, "Did the guy beef on you? Robin, did he beef on you?" "No." So he's not going to either, because he'll know what happened to him. So if that answers your question about was Tony a violent guy, yeah, there's a story for you. Josh and Jesus, have you ever dealt with active mob guys yourself? No, because the mob was, not active. I'll put it this way. Okay, I'm from Chicago, the South Side, and Calumet City is where I grew up. And my first gig doing magic table hopping in a restaurant was at a place called Lorenzetti's. And Lorenzetti's restaurant was a guy named Carlo Lorenzetti owned it. And they had 3 restaurants. They had one in Blue Island, one in Chicago Heights, and one in Calumet City. And that's where I started working. And there were a lot of people that came in and out of that place that I thought were kind of high profile. You had some politicians. You had a lot of people that drove really nice cars, wore really nice clothes, had really nice women with them, broads, like Frank says. So were they connected? I don't know. I also later on was a DJ, and I DJ'd in strip clubs and, the gentlemen's clubs. And the guys who ran those places, I would say they were, maybe a little connected, but I never got involved with anything like that. All I did was go in there, do my job, which was to sit there, play music, and, look at the girls. So that was it. And practice my magic tricks while I was doing all that. It was a lot of fun. So I hope that answers your question, Josh and Jesus. Gino Sierra, hey man, thank you again. I really appreciate the support for the channel. So does Frank. Thanks, man. Love the channel. Tell Frank I said hello and hope he gets better soon. And Gino, I'm definitely going to let him know that. I'm writing it down right now as we speak because I'm going to be talking to him and I will let him know. All right. So thank you very much again, Gino. We got that noted down. Okay, Tom Coase, what did they treat you with? So let's go back to that. And so what did they treat me with? I got to the hospital. I went into the hospital Monday after I had my test. And they told me go straight to the hospital. I didn't want to go to UMC. That's where I was getting tested. And instead I went over to Valley Hospital where my father was, and that's where my doctor can go. And so that's where I went. And they had me there for an hour. Doctors looked me over, did a chest x-ray, blood work, EKG. I sat there for a couple of hours. When they looked at all the results, the doctor came in and she talked to me and she said to me, basically, you're a strong guy, you're a young man. If this gets any worse, come back, but we're going to send you home. And so they said, we're going to send you home. And that's where I went. On Tuesday and Wednesday, the next 2 days, I woke up in the morning gasping for air, coughing, gasping for air. And I think twice my wife almost called an ambulance. And once I almost did. I was just like, I think I'm going to die. Like, that was how bad it felt. So anyhow, they didn't treat me with anything. No, they didn't give me remdesivir. They didn't give me any hydroxychloroquine. I took zinc. I took vitamin C, a lot of it, a ton of it, and I took a ton of it, and that's what I used. So that was it. I believe that the doc also ran a Z-Pak, azithromycin. I think I took 5 days of that, or maybe 7. So anyway, that's what I was treated with. So let's see here. Brad Meads, if I see you with a McDonald's hamburger, I'm going to slap it out of your hand if you're so concerned with your health. Dude, I'll tell you what, Brad, I don't eat that shit. So I really don't. I enjoy cooking, and that kind of stuff just kind of makes me a little, so not going to happen. It's like shit food. It's like eating garbage. But anyway, Josh and Jesus, for those of you that like McDonald's, by all means, it's fine, you know. I wouldn't mind having stock in McDonald's, but I don't want their food. Okay, what happened there? But that was pretty weird. All right, anyway, so Josh and Jesus, you wanted to know, are all the neighborhoods off the strip still bad? No, not all the neighborhoods off the strip, but I'm going to tell you this. If you're right off the strip, not the best neighborhoods. Okay, there's a couple that are okay, that are gated communities, but I'll tell you, the number one worst neighborhood in Las Vegas is called Naked City, and that is right around the Stratosphere neighborhood. You do not want to hang out in at night. Not the greatest neighborhood. If you go down to Fremont Street, or Freakmont Street as I call it, I performed out there for a few years, so I call it Freakmont Street. You got High Superman, Drunk Batman, Captain Hook and Captain Hooker. They're all out there. But that's the place that if you go to, stay on Fremont Street. Don't wander off, because it's not the greatest neighborhoods down there. Okay, it's like where you'd find Skid Row and whatnot. So I wouldn't wander around when you're down there. Daniel, did you DJ at Admiral Club by Lawrence and Pulaski? No, I did not. That was not one of the places that I DJed. I DJed at a place in Harvey called Skybox, and a place in the Heights called Club 360. Those were the two that I worked at. And I had one more in Dixmoor. I can't remember. I think it was Club Dixie, as a matter of fact. That didn't last very long, though. So Lorenzetti's was closed for good, somebody said, in Chicago. Oh, you live in Chicago Heights? Yeah, that place was great. It was great. It was an awesome place. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. The disco. Hello, Andy. It's Adam, but that's cool. The disco that Frank owned, that was called Spanky's, and that's in one of the virtual tours. If you go look on the channel, we go around Spanky's and show you where that was. He owned the Beef Barn too, which was downtown. That was a hamburger joint, though, hamburger and sandwich joint, not a disco. So. George, cheers, Adam. Has Frank ever mentioned if he's had any regrets about his past lifestyle? Uh, Frank did it his way. Frank is like, the song "I Did It My Way." He should just be about Frank. No, Frank has. I could say this: I've seen compassion, and I've seen remorse. And I've got to say though that Frank's a product of his environment, the way he was raised, the people he was raised around. For him to go back and do it all over again, he said no. If he had to go back and do it all over again, he'd probably end up the same because that's what happened. So anyhow, that's hope that answers your question. Okay, so yeah, you put your money to sleep. Give my money or I'll put your brain to sleep. Supposedly, that and Pesci was ad-libbed by Pesci. It was something that Scorsese likes to do, and he likes to have the actors ad-lib and do a scene over and over and over. And from my understanding, that's what they did. So, okay, you were asking about the pizza box. So let me tell you about the pizza box. Frank's Upper Crust Pizza, so delicious it should be a crime. That's the pizza box. And on the sides, it says a made man pizza and a pizza you can't refuse. And of course, on the back of the box, it's quality enforced by Frank. He signed them, and then they're going to be numbered to the set that we have. It's 250 of them that we're going to do. When you open the pizza box inside, and if you guys watched the last video that went up yesterday, you'll see some of the footage of the video. The working name was Frank Cullotta, No Holes Barred, and then it was changed to the Las Vegas Mobster, and right now that's the working name. So here's what it is. Inside you get a Chicago stuffed pizza. The pizza's this is a foam pizza to hold this disc, and this is a disc right here. For those of you that remember what DVDs are, it's a DVD, so you can play the disc in your disc player if you still have a DVD player. Maybe you have a PS4 or something to play it in. I'm a gamer. I don't know about you guys, but anyway, so underneath the disc in the pizza, hidden down here in the foam, is a little gun, and this little gun, which is a little metal gun, that is actually a USB stick, and you can plug that into your computer and you can watch the video that way. But anyhow, these are going to be a little collector set that we're going to put out, and that's going to be up on frankcullotta.com as soon as we get everything together with it, which should be soon. And speaking of frankcullotta.com, you're going to be able to go there and download the script cover from the movie Casino that's autographed by everyone that was in the movie, as well as Frank wrote to all my prescribers, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. So that's in there as well. That'll be on there, and that's going to be going up very shortly. So check that out in the next few days. I showed a screenshot of it in the last video. The site looks really cool, so be sure to go there. Tony Soprano, supporting the channel, Tony. Do appreciate it. And let's see. Thanks for providing us such amazing content, Adam. Please send Frank my regards from Providence, Rhode Island. I will definitely do that. And I'm just going to write down Tony Soprano. He's never going to believe that Tony Soprano reached out to him, but I will definitely let him know this. And all of the wishes, I'm telling you guys, he's reading everything, and he's reading all your comments and comments that really stick out. I mentioned to him, and anyhow, yeah. So Adam, get Sharon Stone on the show. Juice Loan Jimmy, wouldn't that be fun? That would be great, huh? have Sharon Stone on. Hey, Tricky Dick, thanks for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. And guys, if you want to support the channel, I mean, you can do it. Gino and Tricky Dick and Tony Soprano. You can throw up a super chat. But if you don't want to do that and you just want a coffee cup, right now we got them on sale on the website. And you can't get to them on YouTube because we just put them up this morning, and it's going to take a few days before we can actually put them on the website. But when we do, you guys will you guys be able to see them there. Until then, go to the link. There's a link right here in the description, in the comments, and you can go to that link. And on one side of the cup it says 2020, and then it says Frank Cullotta, and then it says Cullotta's crew. So if you want to be an official crew member, go there, get the cup, and on the back it says I prescribed, forget about it. There's also a t-shirt that says 2020, has this thing and says Cullotta's crew. So right now we're doing 25% off. We're going to run that this whole week. So the cups are only 15 instead of 20, and the shirts are 20 instead of 25. So that's only going to be for this week. That they're going to go back up, and that's to celebrate the hitting the 20,000 prescribers. So I want to thank you guys for that. And Gino, I want to say thank you again for the support. It's really nice of you, buddy. I appreciate that, and Frank appreciates that, and it keeps the channel going. I mean, we work through selling the products and also the monetization. So when you guys are watching the videos, I know there's commercials that pop up. That's how we're making our money, though. That's how we're keeping this thing going. And right now, with us not being able to do tours, not being able to perform and do shows and whatnot, it's what we're doing. It's our way of making some money. So I think that for a while too in Vegas, it's going to be a while before we have anything else, happening. Let's read some more here. So let's see. George, Adam, have any producers, studios, showrunners approached you about your script? So we are still working on the script. We have to put the Bible together, our show Bible, our treatments. We have a lot of work to do, and with everything that's been going on, I have been using my late evenings to sit and write, and it's really cool. It's not going to be a documentary. I want you guys to understand that. It's not what I'm working on. It's not going to be an exact to what happened. But it's going to be damn close to reality. We're going to a lot of the stories, like the story I just told you about Robin Dragon being thrown down into the sewer. That'll be in there, but it may not be the exact characters or the exact character names. We have to condense characters so that it has a flow. But really, it's the story of two brothers who get along, grow up, and turn against each other. There's always this power struggle that's going on between Frank and Tony, which was true. It was real. That story goes back to Cain and Abel. So anyhow, that's what the overall story though that's going on in this is going to be, and character building is going to be pretty cool to do. Our anti-hero is Frank Pape, the cop from Chicago, who's the organized crime killer. I think he killed 12 mobsters while he was on the force. He used his badge to do it unnecessarily. He killed them because he I don't want to say he enjoyed it, but his partner and him were out when they were patrolling, and his partner got killed by organized crime. So he kind of had a hard on for these guys through his whole career, and he did some unnecessary killing, although they did say he's a hero and whatnot. And by all means, there's two ways to look at everything, and I'm sure that some people saw it that way, but we have to have an anti-hero, and that's he was a dirty cop, that's what they say. Like I say, though, there's two sides to every story, but we're going to tell the story the way that we want to tell this. So, but it's going to be pretty cool. I would say to life. Anyways, have we been approached by any producers and whatnot? We have some irons in the fire. Let's just say it that way. Gino, thank you again. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can read some more here. Tony Sizemore should play Frank. Citizens USA. I asked you guys this before. John Garrett. Yes. Yes. I'm writing the screenplay. It's going to be a mini series, and it's going to be about them growing up, Tony and Frank growing up. Yes. Tom Sizemore. I almost have to look that name up to see who Tom Sizemore is. Some of you guys have been suggesting people like Sean Penn and Joe Pesci. It's a little too old. They're a little too old to play Frank because we're not going to. It's got to be Frank when he's in his 20s to 40s. That's the era we're going for. My wife's original thought was Jonah Hill, and Scott Conn, James Caan's son. We thought it'd make a great Tony. He's short and he's kind of a little rough guy. You think he's in that Hawaii 5-0 right now, but anyway, that would be cool. Rory Cochrane from Black Mass. That's a good suggestion. I looked that up the other day when you put that up. When you put that comment up, I saw that and thought, yeah, that guy could be pretty cool. Matt Damon's getting a little old, Josh, so I don't know about Matt Damon, but anyway, I don't want to keep you guys on here forever. I just wanted to give you an update of what's happening with Frank, let you know that he's on the mend, and everybody's praying for him, and that's wonderful. And your outpour in the comments and whatnot is just really, really wonderful. So Thomas Tyranny, does Frank attend mass or church? I can tell you this much. I have sat with Frank when he's prayed. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I was brought up Lutheran and had to go to church every Sunday and chapel every Wednesday and had religion class every day. And I believe that I can pray anytime and anywhere I want. And I believe Frank feels the same because that's what I've seen of him. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks for the channel, Thomas. No, you're very welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Mike, one of the Wahlbergs. It's a possibility. I think those guys are pretty short. That's the thing, it can't be a Vince Vaughn that plays him because it's got to be somebody short. I mean, we want to keep things, kind of at least, we don't want somebody, that's 6'5" like me doing, when you want some 6'5" big to play Lurch, Larry Newman. You don't want somebody who's 5'4" to do that. You want shorter guys. It's casting, guys. And the actor has to be Italian. It would be good, but it doesn't necessarily have to be Italian. I know Jonah Hill is Jewish, but still, there's prosthetics to make his nose a little more, Italian looking and whatnot. Gino, thank you again, buddy. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Juice Loan Jimmy, you could be Larry Newman. It's a possibility. We've thought about it. We've talked about it. So it's a possibility. I have to get a little more buffed up, to do that. I'm a little out of shape to be Larry. He did 1,000 sit-ups a day while he was in jail. He was a complete fitness freak, Larry Newman. 1,000 sit-ups every single day. Then went around killing people for fun. Let James Woods play Frank's grandpa. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be neat to have James Woods in there as a little cameo. I know Frank loves James Woods. So, let's see here. Are you a Chicago sports fan? Sean Pender. I got to be honest. I love the Bulls. I love the Bears. I love the Blackhawks. And I love the Cubs. The Sox, not so much of a fan. But in all reality, I'm not a big sports guy. Never really was. I got on the high school. I played basketball up till like 7th and 8th grade. In high school, I played football freshman year for like half the season. And half the season in, I fell on a guy during one of the games. Another guy fell on me, Charles Jefferson. He was this huge. I think I'm big. This guy was like 350 pounds, 6'6". He fell on me, and we heard this pop, and the guy's leg broke underneath of us. And I went home that day and went, you know what? I really do want to be in the talent show this year in high school doing magic stuff, cutting the girls in half. so I quit the football team. Never really been a big sports fan. I was more of a dork when it came to that kind of stuff. I wanted to sit around and do card tricks. So, but when our teams are winning, I love watching them win, and I do like watching the games. So the Bears, and I could sit and watch the Bears pretty much anytime. So I like watching football. Is playing it so much? Not really. So. Have you ever watched the documentary Mob on the Run? Juice and Jimmy, yes, it's a great documentary. It's fantastic. We use a little bit of footage on the Vegas mob tour from Mob on the Run. So, Daniel, do you speak Polish? Jak się masz? That's about it, man. No, keep us on. You're entertaining, Adam. Well, thanks, Chevy Girl. I got to say, from your comments, you're entertaining as well. So, I mean, I don't know if that's you in the picture, but you must be 23 years old and you got a thing for an 81-year-old guy. And hey, that's cool. I mean, to each their own. So, is Polak derogatory? Amador, I call myself a Polak all the time. I don't know if that's right. Maybe it's not politically correct, but, I don't have a problem with it. I'm Polish. Actually, I'm not really 100% Polish. I always thought I was, but I went to Ancestry.com. We did Frank's DNA, we did my DNA, and it turns out I have a lot of Eastern European in me, Russian, Polish, that whole area. But then I also have some English, some Irish, and then some Italian, as well as French, a little bit of Middle Eastern, and then a little bit of African. I'm like 2% from Mali and 2% Ghana. So I don't know. I mean, I have pretty much everything except Asian in me. So anyhow, well, I shouldn't say that because I got the COVID. So anyway, anyways, let's see here. Adam, set Frank up, Chevy Girl. Yeah, I know, right? As soon as he's feeling better, I'm pretty sure he's going to be interested in hearing that. Call yourself an okay. I'm not going to repeat that one, Juice and Jimmy. Frank knows he gets all kinds of women. I don't have a chance, but I do appreciate and admire and just adore him. Well, good for you, Chevy Girl. That's great. I think that, that guy's wonderful. Okay, so let's see here. Carsley Slays say Frank is in a Las Vegas hospital. Someone close to him says he won't make it. I delete Adams Charles Jefferson with at Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I thought you don't delete comments. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't normally, but I am going to hide you from the channel right now because it's not true, and we don't want to spread rumors that aren't true on the channel. So that is why you were just taken off the channel. And that's the third alias that you came onto the channel under as well. You came on as the Coward Father, and you came on as something else. And you keep changing your identity coming on the channel and spreading misinformation about Frank. So I'm going to keep deleting you and removing you, not because I don't delete comments, but because if something's said that's inappropriate or not true, it's not going to stay on the channel. So make yourself another identity, come back on the channel, post something else, go through all the hassle of doing much. Tony, for your support. Again, have you ever spoke to Frank's brother, Joe? I'm sure he could provide some great content. Okay. That's all I got to say about that. And Dave Sosnowski, dork. Yes, so are you, my friend. It's good to see you, buddy. Dave used to help me, and he did magic. He does magic, I'm sure, still. And we did some stuff together, Dave and I, including breaking into Thornridge High School. I think we broke into Thornridge High School to bust one of my illusions, my origami police, and we tried to evade them. And we went about 100 miles an hour down Halsted, and then turned my old Firebird, and we turned off and tried to hide in a parking lot, and we got busted. That was pretty fun. That was a good time. And it was Thornton High School. Thank you for correcting me. That's right, Thornton High School. So anyway, yeah. And if you guys are going to say that you guys are all angels and didn't do anything bad, go ahead. But I can admit it. I did some things I probably shouldn't have. Um, Anyway, this is one of the most authentic channels on YouTube. I love these two. Hey, Josh Lemke, thank you very much. I'm glad that you're enjoying what we're putting out here. I'm glad that you're, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And Gary, yeah, no, I'm gonna shut that down because that again, we're not gonna sit here and spread rumors and spread lies. I'm telling you guys the way it is, and I'm telling you guys that that Frank's on the mend, okay? And you guys, your guys' prayers and your guys' outreach and his strength it's there. So I want you guys to know that. I'm too young for Chevy Girl. I'm 38. Yeah, Bob Dog, right? That's the truth, man. You're like 50 years too young. So ever drag race in Ridgeland? No, sure didn't. I didn't do any drag racing or anything like that. How can I get an autographed photo of Frank? So big money grip. Couple of more days. And I know I said it last week. It's going to be up in a couple of days. I promise. It's going to be up in a couple of days. frankcullotta.com. You guys will be able to download the script cover. And you guys will be able to download the script cover for free, by the way. It's our gift to you guys for us hitting 20,000 subscribers. So you'll be able to go there and download it. And our hope is, right, is that we're going to put up other merchandise. We're going to put up, for instance, the pizza boxes with the DVDs and whatnot in them. We're also going to be putting up a set of autographed coffee cups. There's 20 of them. They're numbered 1 through 20, and they're the original, the prescribed cup that we have. And that's something else that we are going to do. So here we go again. It's the Coward Father, and Rick Cooper is his name now. And let's go ahead and hide you again. Again, go through all the time you want, create your different aliases and come back on here and post things. That's fine. I'll keep hiding you because, again, you're spreading misinformation. Pizza boxes are cool, Bob Dog. I'm glad that you liked them. And yeah. So anyway, the movie The Thief with James Caan, was it about Frank? Scott H. Loosely, yes. Frank was asked to consult on that movie, but yes, that whole thing was based on what Frank and the guys were doing in Chicago back in those times. So yeah, it is. And it's a good movie too, by the way. If you haven't seen it, be sure to go check it out. It's a great movie. Calico Cat. Adam, block the Jag off. I did block the Jag off, but he keeps making new aliases and coming back on the channel and keeps posting under different names. But it's the same Jag off. So whatever. Yeah, more trolls means getting hotter. You're damn right, missing bits. The more lovers that you have, the more haters that pop up. That's just how it is. Andrew Hernandez, Frank is definitely a Cubs fan, right? So he's definitely a Cubs fan. Cindy Workman, thank you so much for the shout out here and supporting the channel. And we'll definitely let Frank know that you said that. I'm writing your name down right now to say it to him. So Cindy, we'll definitely let him know that. Thank you very much again. It's very nice of you. Bob Dog, never heard that quote before, Adam. Okay. So if you guys are just tuning in, you didn't hear, just for this week, you guys can go to the link that we're putting up in the comments right now, and you can get a coffee cup, and it is 20,000 subscriber cup that we put up, and it says 2020. It has Frank's face, and then it says Cullotta's Crew. So you want an official crew member, you get the cup, or you get the t-shirt that says 2020 and then says Cullotta's Crew. On the back of the cup, it says, I prescribed, forget about it. And go to the link there. You cannot get to the cups through the store on YouTube because we just put them up today. It's a brand new design. So you guys want to go to the link down below to in the comments here to get to the store where you can get the cups and the t-shirts. Right now, the cups are $15 instead of $20. And also the T-shirts are 20 instead of 25. So at least the comfort tee is. I think the girls V cut is a little bit more, a few bucks more, but anyhow, that's the way that you get to it. Bob Dog, do you have your own channel, Adam, with magic or Vegas vlogs? So I do, and the channel's name is Adam Flowers, although I don't keep up with that channel. That was something I started. There's a few magic videos on there. If you just YouTube Adam Flowers Magician, you can see some videos that others have put up or I've put up or that were put up under Vegas Street Magic. And but there's some videos up there. You can check it out. But no, this is the only channel that you can say that really I have any kind of vlog, which would be what I'm doing right now. While we're waiting for Frank to get a little bit better. So look, guys, I'm not going to stay forever. I have things I have to do today. I got to go visit my mom for a little while. And but leave in the comments below, what is it that you guys want to hear about this week? What do you want to see videos on? Do you want me to do one on Bally's MGM Fire? Do you want me to do one on the 4 casinos that the Chicago outfit was running and skimming from? Do you want to see the Elvis statue over at the Hilton and hear the story about why the plaque is incorrect and hear about the fire there? What do you guys want to hear about? Let me know. I will definitely. Albert Lopez, can you do a magic trick? Sure. Here you go, Albert. Watch. Here we go. Okay. So, or we just like to take my finger off. There you go, huh? Ah, good finger. Anyway, really, I haven't done magic in a while, guys. I'm just having fun with working with Frank right now, and writing scripts and doing that kind of thing. So, Kissy Cat, I saw you live 5 years ago. Good trick. Where did you see me live? Was it at Beecher's Madhouse? Was it over at the Bally's Casino? Did you see me on Fremont Street? Out of curiosity, just wondering. Or possibly a party. Ooh, Elvis. Okay. Oh, Showgirls, Tricky Dick. I thought about that too. I was like, you know what? Somebody said, hey, show us where Benny Binion, where his house was, and show us where the silver bars were hidden in Pahrump. And I thought, man, if we go to Pahrump, I'm going to have to go past one of the chicken ranches, and show that to you guys. Show you what else out there in Pahrump, because there's some interesting things out there. I figured you guys would be down with that. I'm not certain Chevy Girl would be, but I'm sure the rest of you guys would be. Anyhow, all right. So I am going to jump off of here. One more time, we're going to put the link up for you guys if you want to get a cup, the 2020 Cullotta Crew. I will put the P.O. box in the description as soon as this video ends. Give us about 5 minutes, and we'll have the P.O. box in the description if you guys want to send Frank a care package or whatnot. I'll put the P.O. box there. If you guys want the coffee cups or the T-shirt, again, they're only $15 for the cup. $20 for the coffee cup. So, sorry, for the T-shirt. 15 for the cup, 20 for the T-shirt. So, thank you guys very much for sticking around and watching this and hanging out this afternoon. Next week, Saturday, hopefully at 2 p.m. we have Frankie live. All right. So stick around, guys. Thanks for watching. All of you. God bless. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. We'll have some videos going up. Okay, have fun, guys.